term. We have finished one term. We have written our exams. Many of you have attended the exam. Happy for that. And we are in the next term. Till second unit you have written for your last exam. Now you can move to the third unit. Third unit already we have started. Still we can start from the beginning. That is, our third chapter is elements, compounds and mixtures. You are all very familiar with these topics, right? 6th grade you have the same topic, 7th grade you have the same topic. In this unit, what are the things we are going to learn is about matter. We will start with matter because these elements, compounds and mixtures are the classification of matter. All we see around. What are the things we see around which is having some mass and it occupies some space is called matter. Anything, this chalk piece is having some mass and it is occupying some space. It is called a matter. Anything that has some mass and occupies some space are called matter. In this chapter we will learn the classification of matter. In the classification only elements, compounds and mixtures will be covered. Okay, let's see the classification of matter. Matter, what's the matter? Anything that has mass and occupies some space are called matter. Matter is broadly classified into two types: pure substances and impure substances. What are the two classifications of matter? Pure substances and impure substances. When you consider this pure substances, about pure substances what we can say means it will be having same types of atoms. It won't be having one or combination of one or two. It will be having same types of atoms. For example, hydrogen, it's a pure substance. It's an element, it's a pure substance. It is having only hydrogen atoms. Some of the properties are, it will be having definite composition. Definite composition means the pure substances will be having the atoms of same types. Then chemical properties, it will be having a constant chemical properties. For example, when you consider a molecule or an element, hydrogen, when you take the hydrogen from India or when you take the hydrogen from some other places, it will be of same chemical properties. The physical properties also, like taste, melting point, boiling point, size. This all will not vary for a pure substances. Then next one is, it involves some energy. It involves some energy as it is having same types of atom. It is to form a pure substance, it takes some energy. It cannot be broken down. It is a single type of atom, so it is taking some energy. And one more is this homogeneous. Homogeneous means, as I said, it will be having all the atoms will be uniform. In hydrogen atom, only hydrogen atoms will be there. In oxygen, only oxygen atoms will be there in pure substances. The properties are, it will be having definite composition, definite chemical properties. They are homogeneous in nature. Melting point, boiling point, this are all same. Then it involves some energy. Then the type of this pure substance are elements and compounds. We can come to elements. What's an element? When a pure substance has only a single atom, it's called an element. When you consider hydrogen, it is having only one hydrogen atom, so it's an element. In the world, how many elements are present? 118 elements are present, out of which 96 are occurring in nature and remaining 26 elements are man-made. Man created that elements. Out this total 118 elements are being classified and arranged in a table called periodic table. This is a rough diagram I have drawn. In your book a periodic table is clearly drawn, you can go through that. This elements, all these 118 elements are arranged in the periodic table. These elements can be again classified into 3 types. What are they? Metals, non-metals, metalloids. The 3 types of elements are, one more says inert gases. Here you can learn about these 3. Metals, non-metals and metalloids. In the periodic table, the elements, metals are arranged in the left side. This is left and this is right. The metals are arranged in the left side. Non-metals are arranged in the right side. And metalloids will be in the center. Why it is arranged like this? Because of its properties. Metals, when you consider, it will be having some properties such as malleability, ductile, sonorous. Some properties are there for metals. For non-metals, they will be non-sonorous, non-ductile, non-malleable. It will be having the properties like that. But in metalloids, the properties of metalloids will vary in between this. It won't be more ductile or it won't be non-ductile, but it will be in the center. It will be somewhat ductile. So these metalloids are being arranged in the center of the periodic table. And in your book they have given the difference between these metals and non-metals. When you go through that, you can clearly understand about the properties of this metals and non-metals. You have to learn that properties. In the left side you will be having non-metals and the right side will be having metals. That are the properties of metals and non-metals. As I said, it will be given metals are malleable, non-metals are non-malleable. This is the tabular column given in your book. Then the next one is compounds. The other type of this pure substance is compound. What's a compound? Here it will be having same type of atoms. This compounds will be combination of 2 or more atoms. Here see, this is an example for compound. Water molecule. It is having hydrogen atom and oxygen atom. When we consider this compound, it will be having combination of elements. Other example, carbon dioxide. Carbon atom and oxygen atom. It's a compound. Can you say some other examples? Zinc chloride. So, when you consider compounds, this has the combination of different types of elements. Depending upon the bond, consider here water molecule, hydrogen is there, oxygen is there. So, you have to combine this hydrogen and oxygen to form water molecule. So, some bonding should be between this hydrogen and oxygen. Depending upon the type of bond, it can be divided into ionic and covalent compounds. Compounds, example, water molecule. Compounds are combination of 2 or more elements. Depending upon the bond between the elements in a compound, it can be divided into 2 types. They are ionic compounds and covalent compounds. Now are you clear about this? Matter, pure substance, it is divided into elements and compounds. Elements can be further divided into metals, non-metals, metalloids and inert gases. This inert gases, other name is noble gases. Then the other type is compound. Compound is a combination of 1 or more elements. These compounds are classified into 2 types based upon the bond between the elements present in the compound. The 2 types are ionic compounds and covalent compounds. Now the next one is impure. Impure substance is otherwise called mixture. The two types of matter is pure and impure. Pure we have completed. Now we can go for impure substances or mixtures. Mixture. How many of you know about mixture? Already you have learned. What's a mixture? Mixture is a combination of two or more pure substances. Two or more pure substances combines to form a mixture. Mixture example, salt and sand. When you have salt and sand in a single bowl mixed together, it is a mixture. And the mixture has some of the properties. What are the properties of this mixture? We can see. It is having no definite composition. Depending upon the constituents of the mixture. When you add sugar and salt, it will be, the composition will be sugar and salt. When you add water to that, the composition changes. So, in a mixture, we cannot say it's a, when you consider pure substances, hydrogen. It is only hydrogen molecule, water. It is only hydrogen and oxygen. In mixture, you cannot say this will be the composition of this. Like that, you cannot say. Anything can be mixed with anything. And next, it won't be having definite boiling point. When you take, simply when you take the water, it will boil at 100 degrees Celsius. But when you take some other liquids or mixtures along with this water, the boiling and melting point of this water will vary. So, it won't be having a definite boiling or melting point. And it can be separated by using physical methods. Consider a mixture, rice and stone. It can be easily separated by using our hands, right? Like this, using some physical methods, you can separate this mixtures after it is formed. Then it may be uniform or the distribution will be uniform or non-uniform. That is, it may be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Come on, repeat. It won't be having no definite composition. It won't be having a particular boiling point or melting point. It varies. It can be separated by using physical methods and it can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Now, you know the properties of mixtures. Now, we are going to learn about how can we form a mixture. How can mixture can be formed? Here, solids and solids can be mixed together to form a mixture. Consider, for example, salt, sand. When you take salt is a solid, sand is a solid. When you combine these two, it is forming a mixture. Then, solid and liquid, what we can take? Water for liquid and sugar or sand for solid. This is, sugar is a solid, water is a liquid. So, solid, liquid you can combine to form a mixture. Then, solid gas. Consider smoke. It is a gas, but the small solid particles will be suspended in the smoke, right? So, it is solid gas. Next one is liquid. Oil and water mixture can be used as liquid mixture. Both oil is a mixture, water is a mixture. So, it is liquid mixture, liquid in gas. Liquid in gas. Can you say an example, liquid in gas? How many of you have had Coca-Cola, Fanta, Miranda? When you open the lid of these bottles, what comes out? What is coming out? Can you remember? Gas, right? Actually, the liquid is there. The soft drink is inside. With that, gas is also present. So, that's an example for liquid gas mixture. And finally, gas in gas example, yeah. The air we breathe, it is having nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, different types of gases combined together to form air. So, like this we can form any type of mixtures. I repeat, the mixtures, The properties are, it is having no, it is the combination of, mixture is a combination of two or more pure substances, and the properties are, it does not have definite composition, it is not having a definite boiling point or melting point, it can be separated by using physical methods, and it can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. The distribution may be uniform or not uniform. But how we can form the mixtures using mixing solid solid, solid liquid, solid gas, liquid liquid, liquid gas or gas gas. By combining the substances in this proportion, it can form a mixture. Now you know what is a pure substance. What are the two types of pure substances? Elements and compounds. What are the types of elements? Metals, non-metals and metalloids, and compounds, ionic and covalent compounds. Then mixtures, about the mixtures. The properties of mixtures, how these mixtures can be formed. Till this we will end today's class. The next class what we are going to learn is, we are going to continue with this mixtures, right? The next topic is, there are, I said the last point is, the mixtures can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. That is, depending upon this distribution, the mixture can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. The two types of mixtures are nothing but this, homogeneous or heterogeneous. The two types of mixtures are homogeneous mixtures or heterogeneous mixtures. In this also we have many types. Homogeneous we have types like alloys. In heterogeneous we have types like emulsion, suspension. This all things we will learn in the next class. Your today's work is, you have to take your book, read the today's portion. Mainly you have to learn the properties of metals, non-metals, and you have to clearly go through this periodic table. What is there in this periodic table? Where are the metals? What are the elements present? What are its atomic numbers? All the things are clearly mentioned in different colors. When you go through this, you can clearly understand them. So, today you have to go through the book. You have to learn the properties of metals and non-metals. And when you read once, you can clearly understand. Just when you read something, think of an example. Think of an example you know. In the book also, very simple examples are given. You can also think some examples of your own and you can clearly understand. I hope you understood today's class. We can meet in the next class. I hope you all will read your book, right? We can meet in the next class. Thank you.